Every night, when the clock strikes 12 at midnight, all the exhibits in the National Museum will come to life. One night, in the exhibition hall of the Chinese history, the statue of Deng Xiaoping, Sun Yat-sen, and Jiang Qin begin to move.
Xiaoping, why are you here? I think we should have a higher respectful position in the country. Our statues will not be set up in this National Museum. By the way, who is that guy wandering over there?
Don't you recognize him? He's Mr. Sun Yat-sen. He's the leader of the Chinese Republican Revolution. He had organized the movement that overthrew the Qing dynasty.
Oh, really? However, I'm just wondering whether he has done something as great as my husband, Chairman Mao. He was a great leader and held a high standing among the Chinese people. His introduction of the Great Leap Forward could prove that Chinese people were capable of anything. The ideas of the commutes have served the people well as all the necessity were provided to them as need.
Great Leap Forward was a good idea, yet the policy was carried out in such a strange manner that it could not serve the purpose of improving the social productive process. It led to starvation when people were moved to factories to boost the productivity and farms were abandoned.
Hi, Madam Jiang and Mr. Deng. I have overheard your conversation. I partially agree with you, Mr. Deng. According to my political philosophy, the human's livelihood is an important issue in a country, as it can ensure all people can enjoy a basic and equal livelihood.
Okay.
However, the Great Leap Forward is an unsuccessful policy. Commune leaders had to follow the instructions, even though they knew they were incapable of achieving the tasks assigned. They would be charged and even put into imprisonment when they complained about the policy. Therefore, it is bound to be a total failure, but I do not think it is a good idea.
Son, I don't think you are doing well in handling the Tiananmen protest in 1989. As a result, 100,000 people gathered in the Tiananmen Square.
The incident was simply a public funeral for Fu Yaobang at the very beginning. It was developed into such as regrettable events only because of some extremists had joined the protest.
The protests were only asking for economic liberalization and democratic reform. You should answer to their request before they took any further more violent actions.
The martial law was declared on the 20th of May, and we had made necessary actions to take control of the country only on the 4th of June. We had waited and given time for the protests to cool down, arrangements, schedules, and rules to follow. We were unable to make any commitments to the students. They should have confidence in our good doings. It is our responsibility to restore order of the country. We only use a reasonable amount of violence to restore peace. I just don't want the protest to do any harm to the country as your cultural revolution had done.
Then you were not cooperative nor supportive to our cultural revolution in the beginning. As our great leader Chairman Mao had mentioned, our revolution was in great danger. We need to do all we could to stop the rising of the privileged class in China. I, therefore, did my part to organize students and young workers as Red Guards and have them re-educated morally through my reformed Beijing opera and revolutionary slogans. I taught them how to distinguish between the good and evil, who were landlords and anti-revolutionaries.
I don't see that your prosecution against the landlords will in any way benefit the country.
Landlords and privileged class with their excessive wealth and fortune will take over the country revolutionary activities. Farmers and workers will have to suffer, all those artists who perform arts, except for people performing our revolutionary Maoist work, had to face punishment because they have bad influence in the mind and the thinking of the people.
Can you see how terrible the revolution was? It had ruined the most precious Chinese culture and destroyed the tradition that had long been established among Chinese people.
I suspect her main purpose of carrying out the Chinese Revolution was to calm the real power over the Chinese politics.
How dare you! My cultural revolution will definitely bring equality to the country.
You had brought social and political chaos for the country for 10 years. Do you feel ashamed?
All I have done was Chairman Mao's orders. I was Chairman Mao's dog. I bite whoever he asked me to bite.
To take the role as leader in China after Mao's death, one of the problems was to decide whether you support Chairman Mao's saying or not. Although Mao has mistakenly begun the Chinese Cultural Revolution, he still held a high and respectful position among the Chinese people.
Then what have you done to open up your country?
Mr. Carter, who was the president of USA at that time, I also made a series of meetings with the Western leader and established a good relationship with other countries.
You are a coward, a betrayer. You betray our country to the Westerners.
Don't be silly. Merging with other countries will sure benefit our people.
The goal of reforms could be concluded by 4 modernizations, namely agriculture, science, technology, industry, and ministry.
We are trying to convert China from a communist country to a capitalist.
Socialism does not mean shared poverty. Market economy will also happen under socialism.
We have successfully attracted foreign investment. The economy of the country with the economy reform increases agricultural products in rural areas and help the industrial development.
It says that right here that you had implemented one country, two systems in Hong Kong and Macau.
Yes, as Hong Kong has been leased to British for 99 years, I don't think it is a good idea to interfere Hong Kong's capitalist system after it hands over to us in 1997. The capitalist system has been run in Hong Kong for more than 50 years. We are afraid a change in political system will do harm to its economy and cause fear to the people.
I can tell you a lot of conflicts are arising from this arrangement.
To the contrary, madam, it proved to be a great success. A quite considerable amount of foreign investments have been made in mainland China through Hong Kong. Hong Kong is now one of the major financial centers in the world. Macau is also well known for its gambling activities. Its turnover has outgrown that of Las Vegas in USA.
Oh, so you have overturned the long history of China's socialism. A betrayer, a betrayer.
The one country, two system will set a good example for Taiwan. This policy applied to Hong Kong and Macau will have the reunion of Taiwan with the mainland.
How clever you are. You are really a good politician.
And so, the sun rises at dawn. When the sunlight shines into the museum, all the exhibits in the museum once again returns to lifeless objects.